All right, welcome to this first review on this channel of a speaker, and today we're going to have a look at the new RCF 705 Mark III version. It has a updated look, it's a Mark upgrade obviously, and on the specs here it says that it should output 131 dB. We're going to test that. It has a frequency response of 40 to 120 Hertz. It has a 15-inch woofer and a 3-inch voice coil. And it has two kind of settings, and we'll have a look at the back panel as well, and then we'll go outside and do some testing now. All right, so at the top here we have the volume up and down button. Then we have the link/crossover button, the crossover frequency 80 and 100 Hertz, and then we have a phase button here. On the back here, we see it has two inputs, left and right, and also two through, and this can be both the link or the crossover version. If you want them to link, then this here will send out a full signal. If you cross over, then you set it through these buttons here. I usually leave all of these out, unless obviously there is a reason for that, mainly switching to phase or if it is coupled with something else. And here I think you'll see the biggest difference of this speaker generation update, and it is a small update. And they updated this generation to also kind of match the aesthetics of the new NX and Art 9 series. And the top cabinet now matches really well with the bottom one, because the top one obviously now have the grill front as well, where you kind of have the bottom is protected and the top tweeter is also protected, which is very different compared to the 7 version. And on this version here as well, you know, I think the biggest difference is the front here, where it doesn't have that kind of, it does have a chamfered edge here, but on the old version, it was more kind of, it kind of went out a little bit different. So this one here is definitely the upgrade, and it is a simpler one. And behind here is the standard kind of spongy material to catch any water that should rain on it, so it doesn't come in contact with the actual woofer inside. Aside from that, it's pretty, it reminds me a lot about the older generation, but this one here, it feels nice, and it has a great finish, as you're probably used to with RCF. Great brand, great value, and so I think it's time for testing it outside. Switching over to the phone here. And this here was the setup, and it's exactly 1 meter away, and I've been doing some sweeps. And so the first one is, so actually let's hide this one. So this one here is the setting at 80 Hertz, and as you can see, it actually goes quite, I wouldn't exactly call it actually 40 is pretty within the standard here. You can see within minus 6 dB. But it definitely excels in the kind of 50 to 75, 80 Hertz. It's really good in that range, which is perfect for live music actually, where you have the kick drum. And this here is the same one on, or the same sweep at 100, and let's do another one just to be sure here. You can do one on screen. So just doing another test. And actually you can see there is a bit of a dip here now that's forming. I'm not sure if that's a setting on the, because of the actual setting here. So let's go and take that off. Alright, let's do another measurement now, because it seems like the DSP is actually cutting some more out of it. Actually, yeah, you can see that now. So you can see here that DSP is actually creating a dip at 63 Hertz. There's some cars coming. So the DSP is creating a dip at 63 Hertz when the higher crossover is enabled, and that could be to get more kick out of it at 100 Hertz. So for me, I would definitely keep it at 80 Hertz and get that flat response. Honestly, it sounded really good. Like, it was loud. I had a neighbor come out and talk to me, and she was also surprised about it. It sounded really good, really loud, and I think just overall it's a great 15-inch subwoofer. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. I think it pairs really well with the 910. I think that's a better match than the 912. The 912 I think has a like it has more headroom. I can feel that I can turn up the 912 louder than what I would recommend to use the 705 with. I think you need to go up to an 18-inch subwoofer. For the most part, I only recommend 18-inch subwoofers, but this one here, if you're looking at that 50 to 100 people, venues between, I would say 10 by 20 meters, maybe up to 30 meters, depending on the depth of the room. I think it's a good, solid option for that. Obviously, I only had one here, so you can obviously increase the volume by having two. But a very nice woofer, very nice enclosure upgrade. The amplifier, I think the amplifier has more juice than what the woofer will allow. I saw it was peaking at around 2.5 on the volume. That was a 2.5 o'clock, right? So that was it. The review. Hope you like it. Check it out. If you get a chance to listen to it, I definitely think you should. But it has the thumbs up from me. I really like it. So thank you for tuning in. You have a good day.